As more and more news is breaking about the new Pope Leo the 14th, first U.S. American bishop, a lot of fears, I think, are kind of starting to subside. Is he, the most conservative guy around and all of that sort of stuff? Well, again, like we talked about last week, you can't marry and graft on American politics onto the papacy, and the faith doesn't fit that well. A lot of overlap, but there isn't a one-to-one correlation. For example, I think something people could take great heart in is the information that's coming out about just how particularly anti-communist the new Pope Leo the 14th is. Not that any pope would be pro-communist. That's not the point. But, of course, that was something of a knock on Pope Francis, that he was kind of Marxist, embracing and friendly and all of that and everything. Well, as more and more little bit of information, not communism and like killing people, I don't mean that. I mean, just, people say, oh, he's a Marxist globalist kind of thing, sort of the neo-communism thing. Pope Leo was the superior general of the Augustinians, the order he belongs to. And a number of years ago, about 20 years ago or so, he gave a speech. I'm sorry, a couple years ago, he gave a speech referencing back earlier than that, about 20 years ago, when he had run into then Bishop Bergoglio, the soon-to-be, obviously, Pope Francis. And they kind of clashed. So I want to reveal this to you. He gave a little talk in Peru, Pope Leo XIV, Bishop Prevost gave a little talk when he talked about that conversation way back there. And here's what he said. He told a group of people he was speaking to, yesterday marked 10 years since Pope Francis's election. I knew Jorge Maria Bergoglio when he was Archbishop of Buenos Aires. As the Augustinian general, I'd met with him several times. When he was elected, I told some brothers, quote, great, thank God, I'll never be a bishop. I won't say why, but not all meetings with Cardinal Bergoglio were mutually agreeable, close quote. I'll leave that there for your own discernment. Little things keep coming out more and more. Meeting with Cardinal Burke and some others that kind of went into Cardinal Burke's residence just before the conclave got underway. Things he said about communism and all that. Of course, some of the mad, rad, crazy trads are going crazy as soon as he stepped out onto the balcony. But as we said, right there with the election, when he came out to give his blessing, hold your horses a little bit here. This may very well be a horse of a different color. That's coming to you from Houston, Gary Michael Voris. God love you.